Hey everyone, this is Ryan from AllTechUnity.com, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to get free tethering on your Samsung Android device. Alright, so I have my Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket here on AT&T, and let's say that I want to use its internet connection with my tablet, my iPad. In order to do that, I would normally need to go out and purchase a monthly tethering plan through AT&T. And if you look at AT&T's rates for their tethering plans, they're quite pricey. And so instead of paying that monthly tethering plan, there are ways to get around it for Android phones as well as iPhones. Android phones specifically, most of the times you're going to need to root your device. And depending on which device you have, which Android phone you have, the rooting methods are a bit different depending on the developers and the amount of support on that phone. The Skyrocket, in this case, there are rooting options. However, there's this app in the Android Marketplace or the Google Play Store that actually allows you to tether for free without a monthly plan, and you don't need to root your device. So you don't really need any technical skills to actually tether for free. This process should work on most Samsung phones according to the application's description. It says it works for most Samsung phones as well as Motorola phones, two of the most common or top Android manufacturers in the world. Unfortunately, if you own an HTC device, this process will not work. According to the developer, there's some Wi-Fi lock or a tethering lock enabled on HTC devices, and he cannot get around it. So this doesn't work for all Samsung and Motorola devices. It works for most, according to the developer, and it does not work at all for any HTC devices. So just a warning here before we get started, which is why this title is actually called Works for Most Samsung Phones. It should also work with most Motorola phones, but I'm not quite sure. I've tested this on two Samsung devices on AT&T, the Captivate as well as the Skyrocket here, and it works fine on both of them. So I think it's pretty good for Samsung devices. Not quite sure on Motorola. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just leave a comment down below with your device's name if it doesn't work. And so let's move on. So the application itself is called, let me see here if I can show you guys. It's called Foxfi. And let me just actually go back there. You guys can see right there, Foxfi. It's available in the Android market for free. I can't show you guys the price because I've already installed it, but it is free. Alright, so here is the description. Enables Wi-Fi or Bluetooth hotspot on your Android phone without a hotspot plan from your carrier. No rooting required. Just simply install and use it. And so it says right here, Wi-Fi mode currently works on most Samsung phones and Motorola phones, but does not work on the Droid 1, the Triumph, the Samsung Admire, or any HTC phones. And here's some tips if you run into any problems. And it has a pretty good amount of ratings. So there's the background behind the application. So here you have the main screen, and you have a couple of options. Activate Wi-Fi hotspot, which is to actually start using the phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot. And here's your network name, which you can configure. I call mine $5 for Wi-Fi. Pretty easy way to make money. And here you have your password. It's WPA2 encrypted. I really don't care if you see that password because chances are you probably do not live near me. And I will probably not use this quite frequently because I'm on a 2 GB data plan, and this thing will probably jog up quite a bit of data. Down here we have Bluetooth mode, which really isn't necessary or important in this video, and hash codes, which you don't want to change. And there's no menu in this actual program itself. So I'm going to demonstrate here how this works. So set up your network name, none of this down here, just worry about the Wi-Fi mode area, and set up a password if you want one enabled. If you don't, you don't. And set up the network name and just click activate Wi-Fi hotspot. Now I'm going to connect this to my iPad too, and so we're just going to, actually let me show you my iPad here first, and to show you guys the network. Alright, so here's my iPad. It's currently connected to my home internet connection called Airport Extreme, and so I'm just going to set this right here, not even touch it. I'm going to activate the Wi-Fi hotspot. And you can see here I have some notifications saying tethering or hotspot active, and tab to configure Foxfi Wi-Fi hotspot ready. So we're going to leave this here, and right now I'm still connected to my home internet connection, but you can see here it says $5 for Wi-Fi, which is the phone here running as a hotspot. Now I've already done this before, so the password the iPad already remembers, so it should just auto configure without asking for a password. But normally you will have to enter a password in. It really is a pretty simple process, however. So it is now connected to my phone's internet connection, which, if you can see here, is LTE enabled right now. So it is running on AT&T's LTE network. And so we're just going to do a few speed tests here on our iPad. Let's see, where is the speed test application? So here it is, the speedtest.net application. So we're just going to do a quick test here. So pretty good speeds. Of course, though, these speeds will vary depending on your location and whether or not your phone is LTE enabled and what sort of service it's running on. So anyways, these speeds really do not matter to you, but just to show you guys that this does indeed work. So right now, my iPad is connected to my Skyrocket, and it's sharing my phone's LTE, AT&T LTE's network is being shared with my iPad absolutely for free, which is pretty dang cool. I really hope AT&T doesn't catch on to this trick here. I'm surprised this app actually made it all the way through to the Google Play Store. But there you guys have it. Proof that this application does work and how it works. Really simple process. Just set up the menu here, configure it in the Wi-Fi mode menu, and you're pretty good to go. So we're just going to turn this off here. Just a disclaimer though, this will probably use quite a bit of data, especially if the device you're connecting it to or sharing it with has a lot of programs running that use the internet connection. It might gather or use up data pretty quickly. So what I would use this for primarily is my laptop, my tablet, for just light media consuming. If you're on an unlimited data plan, it really doesn't matter. If you're capped like me at 2 gigabytes, you may have to monitor your usage when you're tethering for free. So there you guys have it, my quick video or not so quick video on how to tether for free on your Samsung Android device. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below on the video or on our website where this is embedded. So guys, thanks for watching. If you'd like, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit our website at www.alltechunity.com for news and reviews on gizmos and accessories, and we'll see you next time.